My favorite part of the show. Yeah, we're here. My Auspicious Op-Ed. So I composed some words because I like words. And I'm going to share them with you. And I hope you like words too. And I hope you want to compose some words. And I hope you want to share some words that you compose. Because that's how we're going to get over this post-truth nonsense, is composed of some truthful words. This piece is titled Pay-to-Play Internet, Algorithmic Preference, and Shadow Bans. You guys know, like, it's happened to a lot of us, right? You guys feeling the pain? All right. So this is going to be the first op-ed monologue that features some show and tell. I am going to share with you on my iPad regarding our topic. So if it gets a little klutzy, my apologies. I'm going to do my best. I'm very new at this. I'm really old school. I'm used to like floppy disks still. I'm not used to no disks. I'm not used to this modern stuff. I'm very used to nice late 20th century computing. It's how I like it. But here we go. As a grateful and thankful digital exile, outlier, shadow banned, down-throttled, algorithmically suppressed messenger of poignant truth, or real talk, however you want to think of it, I have never been so liberated from their methods of censorship, manipulation, and dominance on every part of my being as I have been operating without giving any regards to the lizard hive, depopulation, mind control brigade. I just don't care about them. I don't think about them. You cannot unsee the things I have seen working on this hashtag YouTube recommended chronicles archival disbursement project at the time. When I started the project, it was on Facebook, X, and Tumblr, long before the supplemental broadcast ever entered production. Fast forward to now. So yeah, I started this project back in 2022. So fast forward to now, and I have been permanently disabled on Facebook, shadow banned on most platforms, with Tumblr and Rumble being the most hospitable. SoundCloud, Instagram, and Google properties suppress me the most, while X seems to pick and choose based on what it thinks the content of each video posted is, even though it can get the vibes really wrong, because AI is like, it's like a cracked out Dewey Decimal System saying, like, trying to turn binary into human, and it's just really not working, people. Oh, Lord. In places where suppression is less of a problem for the types of content I share with all of you here on the show, I have run into the 21st century internet problem of it being a pay-to-play domain, an issue not prevalent during my prime late 20th century interneting in my formative years. I couldn't have grown this channel, my shows, or my music without setting aside a modest budget for promotional ad placement so people can be exposed to my material and choose to click for more. If any of these videos are something you'd like to support, like get the message out further, please send me an email with the specifics of which episodes you would like to sponsor. My donation link is in the description box of every video. I will be expanding that in the future to make it, more methods. And I'm not monetized. What I do, this is a very DIY, grassroots labor of love, truth, beauty, freedom, and sovereignty for us all who are against the globalist oligarchs. As you can tell, getting your creation seen goes to the one with the most algorithmic preference, multiplied by how much impact ads or much more successful SEO digital marketers, the tools they provide to creators with form letters speaking to how much potential they see in you just to pony up the moolah. You and I know that in this economy, creators like myself do not have $200 to $1,500 a month to pay some kid with software to have an AI, of all things, tinker with my channel somehow. Not acknowledging I'm shadow banned or anything else in the complexity of getting my message out in particular. I don't pay more than $15 ever to run a promotion or SEO work on anything on my channel. I just don't do it. To get real viewer exposure, that has led, but it still has led to organic growth in subscribers and returning viewers. I mean, seriously, everyone, they are trying to turn our streaming media into the old corporate media, you know, cable access, pay for airtime at the station model. And literally almost all social media sites have this problem now, just to be seen. Time for some show and tell now. So forgive me with my show and tell portion. This is the first time I've ever done this. And Socrates is up, and I hope that he doesn't crash what I'm doing. But just to kind of show you what I've already been through thus far on this journey. Considering Zuck just came out and apologized for censorship, and I want to show you what I got kicked off of Facebook for. It's unbelievable. So here's the content that I shared. Here's the screenshot that I took. This is a meme. I don't know if you can see this. Okay, so I'm gonna read this to you in case you couldn't see all of that. But it says, we removed your content. Why this happened? It looks like you shared symbols, praise, or support of people and organizations we define as dangerous or followed them. Okay, do you want to see what this meme says? With these evil, nasty Nazis who do evil, nasty things to people just to try to, you know, show how they'll smear, you know, showing something bad as bad and try to say you were a part of it. This meme says, 75 years ago, during the Nuremberg trials, judges asked Hermann Göring, Hitler's right-hand man, how they made Germany accept all the madness. And he said, quote, "The only thing a government needs to turn people into slaves is fear. If you can find something to make them afraid, you can make them do whatever you want." COVID was our first big fascist test of the 21st century. 9/11 doesn't really count. No, that was a psyop. That doesn't really count. This is what they threw me off of Facebook for, is reminding everyone that the atrocities during COVID are literally the same atrocities that happened in the Nuremberg trials. And just like Hannah Arendt taught us in philosophy, she's a great philosopher of the 20th century. She's an anarchist. She created anarchy. She's why I'm an anarchist. She's a wonderful, peaceful woman. Basically, evil is banal. Evil is just like, what? I was just doing my job. What? Business as usual, right? You know, what's the big deal? So that's the first thing that I had a show and tell for. Let me get back to my notes because I had a few other things on my thing I'm going to show you. So that was my permaban. And that's how they basically abuse the good guys. And I want to show you this email from this digital marketer. I'm not going to show an identity, but I responded to one of these ads, I guess, one of these comments put on my page. And how do I say it? I got in a dialogue, and I don't know if it was a scammer or what the deal is, but here comes Socrates. Hold on one second. I gotta get Socrates off the table. Sorry about that. Let me get to this thing. Yeah, I'm very new at the show and tell thing. I'll learn the screenshot thing and all in the future. I'm really 20th century, and I like to keep this show simple. That's why I don't like to mess around with all of that. So, let me go on into here and get to this email dialogue that I sent, because this is crazy. I mean, most of my ad space I get for under $3. I don't understand what I'm seeing. So I'm in this dialogue, and here's the rates that this kid from, I think he's somewhere in Africa. All these people seem to be in some, like, no offense to everyone, second or third world country. And they act like Americans have all this money that we don't have, because I guess they like watch TV shows and believe the lies and propaganda. So for 10 days, a social media campaign, $350. For 7 days, $200. For 6 months of social media marketing, $5,000. 26 days of full channel video management, $1,500. You realize that this is why a bunch of midwit affluent twits get all of the airtime, because they have the credit cards and the money to drop on this. And you know, like, this is like tanking our economy, right? But here's the email. I haven't showed any of, I don't know if you can see it. So yeah, if you want to know why little channels and production companies and stuff were having a hard time getting seen, we can have all the talent in the world, but when you're on this pay-to-play internet, it's just it's not as simple as that. Anyways, that was a show and tell portion. Back to my monologue. So now that I've provided some examples for the class, you can see how we are all going to have to work together to be seen and heard, because we have to use every tool we can at our disposal. If all the people with disposable income can just do that and shout us out. So I'm not made of money, and you probably aren't either. These are, there are some free things that everyone can do to help creators in general, not just me, gain momentum needed to spread the message far and wide that we're trying to share, in regards to what the mainstream and mass media refuse to do, which is inform the people of the truth about what is going on and deliver emergency life-saving information in advance of any major event, if and whenever possible. We, the independent and alternative free streaming media, are more than happy to deliver in a host of flavors from many creators. With that in mind, please remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment whenever possible to help amplify this movement's momentum far and wide across the World Wide Web on all the platforms that there are. I do hope that everyone takes some time to reflect on how these rather extreme changes to what used to be a free internet affect creator and viewer alike. The oligarchy just can't seem to get enough. Even if they owned it all, it wouldn't satisfy them. It's hard to satisfy the demonically possessed type with main character syndrome, especially when they have a bunch of NPCs who tell them what they want to hear, is it not? They're using AI and finances both to push the peasants off the internet. Well, you know what? I'm peasant royalty, and they unlawfully usurp this planet and all of its inhabitants. It's time to take a stand and take it back. Stand with me, party people. And that brings us to the end of today's show.